champions and their emotional stories. An electric atmosphere. An unforgettable experience. OKTAGON.
Dobrý večer, dámy a pánové. OKTAGON 89 a také jedna z prvních ze 3 oslav letošních oslav 10. výročí OKTAGONu je za námi. My jsme tady s první polovinou dnešní fight karty a já bych poprosil naše kolegy novináře, aby položili první otázky Radu Škrtovi, protože mu není úplně dobře a rád by nás co nejdříve opustil. Zkrátíme ten úvod a poprosím první otázku.
Marian Čustr, Deník Sport. První otázka tady na Rada Uškrta. Rado, gratuluji Jak jsi cítil nastoupit před domácím publikem? Byl to velký
Mal som tu veľa kamarátov.
I had a lot of friends here.
Kamaráti Fíni,
They
takisto
came
veľa
to
ľudí
see
to podalo,
me.
bola to veľmi
A
dobrá
lot of
podpora,
friends from
ale
Finland
zároveň
as
je to aj
well.
akože väčší tlak.
So I had a lot of
na ten zápas,
support,
na
but
to
also
fyzicky,
a lot of pressure
aj
because of
namáhavosť v tom
that.
zápase, ale myslím,
And
že
it
chvála
was
Bohu
tough
dobre a
being in that cage, but I feel like
uvidíme, čo ďalej.
the ends well, all's well.
Ty a Ondra Raška jste oba dva z druhé série
You
OKTAGON, když
and
to
Ondra
už spustil
Raška
dozadu, cítil jsi nějakou
both were
nostalgii a
in the
teď ještě
second
10 let
series
OKTAGONu,
of the OKTAGON Challenge.
On
Did
sa
you
tomu
feel any
vyhýbal už na
nostalgia?
začiatku, tak ako...
Well,
ne,
he
každý máme
really
svojho
kept
kostlivca
avoiding
v skrini,
this
sa
from the
hovorí, každý ho
beginning, and
nosí,
we
takže
all
on
have
nosil
our
mňa
skeletons in
chudáka.
our closets, as we
Tak
say.
to dopadlo.
So yeah, that's it.
Tak tady máš ještě někoho vytipovaného, koho bys
Do you
chtěl
have any names that you would like to see in the cage
Uvidíme,
against you?
sú tie nové pravidlá.
Well, we have
To by
the
mohla
new
byť ten
rules, the
stand bang, to by mohla
and
byť moja
bank.
disciplína,
That could be
takže
my discipline. That could be what I do. So we'll see. I have to give it a think. Well, in Brno, we'll see Pepa Hala. So is that something you would be interested in? Yeah, he's a good opponent in the stand and bang, for sure. Yeah. And it would be a show to see.
Tak slyšel jsem přímo Andrese Raška.
I heard you say, Andres Raška, that you were kind of put to sleep by... He was put to sleep by you being slow, but then you came out banging. So was that a tactic? Well, I feel like my boxing coach, who takes care of how I work my hands, really worked me, and we knew how to counter. And yeah, he told me that my hits were hard and that I should really go swinging hard, so that's what I did. They say that after a long pause, the first round is the most difficult as far as timing, but you are known as a first round finisher, so did you feel any different this time? No, not really. No, it was clear that the first rounds are my discipline. For 10 weeks, I had 2 trainings a day, and I never missed a session. Thank you. Rado, question for you. Did you expect Andres to go for the takedown straight away without trying to strike first?
Vieš čo, asi aj tým,
You know,
že ja som ako keby, že tak, išiel som tak akože ľahšie doňho.
I went in light. I knew that he would be strong when I was up against the fence. I knew that he would go for the takedowns, but that didn't really happen, and I knew that once we disconnected, I would be winning. Were you ready for a wrestling match? Yeah, for sure. I was ready for any scenarios.
Hovoríme tu o 10. výročí OKTAGONu, tak aké sú
We're talking about 10 years of OKTAGON. So what are your biggest memories with OKTAGON and your previous fights?
Každý so sebou nesieme nejakú...
Well, we each remember a certain win or loss. Like
ľudí, ktorí prehrali, ale takisto si
the
zaslúžia
people who win here, and then there's people who lost here, and they all take something away from this, and they've all dedicated their lives, a lot of time into this discipline, and people like to hate without even thinking about how much effort went into this and how much sacrifice. So win or lose, these people have put in maybe half of their lives into this, spending time away from their family. I agree and thank you.
Vy se teďka teda, jestli to je všechno,
And now, if that's all the questions for Rado,
rozloučíme.
We'll say
Myslím,
bye
že
to him.
krásná odpověď.
I feel
nakonec.
like these
Díky.
were beautiful answers, and thank you.
Tak můžeme pokračovat.
Tak ještě
Now
na
we
Marian
may
Čtvrtýnek
continue.
Sport. Otázka na Marka Bartla, už jsme tady zmínili
Question
10
for Marek Bartel. We mentioned 10 years of Octagon, so how are you feeling about that? Because you were the first big face of Octagon. First of all, thank you for that question, and hi to everybody. I've said this many times because it's very personal for me. Everybody knows that I'm here since Octagon 1, and I'm excited because back then when we started doing this project, we didn't really know that this would shoot up so high, that this would soar so much. It's incredible. Not only me, but also you, the viewers, the people who are a part of the MMA community are excited about how prosperous this sport is in our countries now. And we weren't doing this for fame or riches, because there was no money in this, but we did it for the love of the sport, and we wanted to leave a legacy, and I feel like we did that, and I'm feeling positive about this. Was this fight special for you because it was a celebration of the 10 years of Octagon? Did you feel the pressure? I feel like this fight in general was very personal for me, and it was hyped up and tough from the very beginning. I wasn't really thinking about the 10 years of Octagon and about any anniversary celebration, but I really thought about it as of a tough fight with a really good opponent. And of course, yeah, the 10th anniversary is here, and that's a perk. But that's just a side thought, a personal thought. You've been fighting in Germany a lot, so was this any different coming back to Slovakia? Yeah, I have a lot of fun in Germany because I've said so many times that the atmosphere is indescribable because these arenas are huge. They can fit 30,000 people, and you can hear all of them when you're walking out. And when you hear 10,000 people here, you can't really compare that. But fighting at home is a discipline of its own. My family was here, my partner was here. She was able to see me fight after years. And I'm sure that every fighter wants to experience that every now and then. And that's why I wanted to fight here in Bratislava after a while of being away. So yeah, I had a lot of fun, but now it's time to go back to the German soil that's been so lucky for me. You missed weight. Would you like to stay in the welterweight division? Well, I just want to set some things straight. I've had a lot of health issues, and the fight wasn't gonna happen, and I didn't tell anybody. The doctors told me that if I wanted to get better, I had to be in the hospital, and I canceled on my hospital appointments, and I was going to risk it. I risked it, and I knew that I could suffer from permanent illness because of going into this fight still, but thankfully it doesn't seem like my health has gotten any worse, so it's gonna be okay. And so, yeah, now I look like a dick in front of everybody because I missed weight. But people have a really weird idea of how it happens. Like, I put a lot of money, a lot of effort. I haven't seen my family in months. It's not so easy to cancel a fight because of health issues, so I couldn't have canceled. I really wasn't able to, and that's why I went into it, because a lot of finances went into it, so I did go in, and now I will have to take antibiotics, start getting better, healing, seeing a doctor, and then we can talk about what's next. I don't know if it'll be in the welterweight division. I don't think so because it looks unrealistic. I'm always between 95 and 100 kilos, and outside of camp, or I mean at the beginning of camp. So yeah, this much weight loss is unhealthy. Adam Palash, I have a question for you. How big was the pressure of walking out after 3 losses?
The biggest in my career, you know. I cannot explain how big it is because I have very tough year. Before last fight, my brother from another mother died tragically. and 1 week before I know that he will die. So it was hard time for me, but never give up. The mentality is key. So I focus for start to training hard. In December I was in Bosnia. Roberto Soldic invited me, and I see his mental, and he started the fire again. So I will come back. Big win for me. Patrick, thank you for honorable rivalry. He's gladiator, so I'm happy.
Skvělá výhra a také velký moment nad
A
Vespasianem.
great win over Vespasiani. When you look at the top of the division and you see Martin Budaj and other names, is there anybody you would like to face off?
I will not talk about future before this fight. I give a word that probably this is my last fight. But today, after this knockout, when you see in the cage, I take off one of my glove, but I feel that maybe not is the end. But now I don't talk about future. I need to rest. I need to do some business, some moves, because this sport isn't cheap. So I now will focus on my work, and then I'm thinking about fight.
Gratuluji.
Thank you.
Tak já položím otázku Rastovi.
I have a question for Rastio. Were you expecting that in the fight you would be more prepared as far as the ability to get through the hits and not being as shaken as your opponent?
Jak to bylo v porovnání s očekáváním?
So yeah, was the reality as your expectations?
Že super má viacej skúseností v tom tajskom boxe.
I really expected him to have the Thai boxing experience. And this was my first fight with such rules, and I really relied on what we trained for with Danish. And I knew that this could be the way. And I knew that we were going to go for the plan, and it ended up working out. After a performance like this, I have to ask, will you be back in the cage? I'm not sure.
Uvidíme, že ako to bude vlastne aj
we'll see what happens as far as the organization and as far as what people say. And I really like this, and that's why I went into this project, because MMA has been with me my whole life, and sport as such. This was a huge challenge for me, but also a dream come true, and it was a dream that I've always had, and every time I watched Octagon, I knew that I wanted to try this at some point. So yeah, that was great for me. I felt sad about not fighting under MMA rules, because BJJ is what I do best, and I really want to try to do an MMA fight. Thank you. Yaksho. How are you feeling? And did the fight meet your expectations? I know that you're not feeling on top, but just tell us. Yeah, it's not even unpleasant. I feel like I'm satisfied with the fight. I feel like it was really a good fight. We got some good hits. And I played the Rastio's game. He really went into the shootout. And I didn't really stick to my team's plan, so we'll have to talk about this, and I'll definitely get a scolding. But it was a shootout, and Rastio won, and I'm happy.
Tak já se ptám
Karol Ryšavý and Daniel Shordia, I have a question for the two of you. There were a lot of critical moments during your fight in the first round. During the first round, Karol was very close to finishing Daniel, and then we saw the tables turn. So Karol, first you, which of the submission was the closest to finishing the fight, and you felt like you had him in there, and that there was just a small detail that made it not work? Well, yeah, I felt like I had him locked in, and that's why I kept holding him in position, but I don't know if there would be anything that I changed. I was really surprised that he didn't tap out. I fought him, I hit him as hard as I could, and yeah, he survived all those choke attempts. And then, yeah, it got away from me a little bit, but I still feel like I came out on top a little bit. And I feel like this calls for a rematch. Yeah, for sure. And I'll also ask your opponent, because there were the critical moments in the first round. So how close were you to giving up?
Auf Deutsch? Ja. Okay. Okay. Ja, er hat mich gut getroffen, hat mich gut angelegt.
I'll talk in German now, but yeah, I got some really good hits, and his submission attempts were great. It winded me. And in the third and second round, I felt like I was really gaining some ground while I was running out of breath, but I feel like a rematch would be cool, but put us on the main card. You always say that there's no matchmaking at the press conferences, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of people will ask for this rematch, so thank you.
Ja, Frage an Patrick Vespasiani. Es ist dein zweiter Kampf in Folge im Ausland.
Vespasiano.
Sehr viele deutsche Fans für dich. Was bedeutet dir dieser Support?
Das bedeutet mir
We have
wirklich
a lot
extrem
of
viel.
fans here. What does this support mean for you? It means so much for me. It's undescribable.
Auch wenn ich euch erzähle,
In the last couple of years, a lot happened. And in the last 2 weeks, I gained about 8,000 new fans on my socials. So this is amazing for me, unbelievable, and it means a lot.
Für dich ist die Auge auf dem Frankfurter Stadion oder?
And what's next for you? Do you think you will be in Frankfurt? Well, I'm open to everything. I am not hiding my head in the sand, and I'm really glad that I'm not hurt terribly, and I can continue very quickly. So let's give it a week or two, and I'm gonna come back into the gym and start preparing, and we'll see. And do you have any name? Yeah, let's leave it to the promoters, and my manager will see.
Question for Joseph Wittner. A tough loss tonight, and it's been a tough run for you. So I'll wait for you to put on the translator. Yeah, a tough loss tonight. And it's been a tough run. What do you think you need to change to get back on the winning side of things?
Tak zmeniť, akože ja som vedel, do čoho idem.
I knew what I was going into. I don't know what to change. I wanted to fight, so I went into it. I gave it all of my energy, and I prepared so hard. So I really wanted to give him a chance. I didn't know everything. I didn't know about the health issues with Marek. So it kind of happened, and it ended up the way it did. I don't know what to say about it. We're moving forward.
My final question for you, Marek. On social media, you had a lot of support from your German fan base. So if you wanted to send a message to your German fan base, please do.
Nemeckým fanúšikom chcem hlavne poďakovať, aj keď
I want to thank them.
formou a ne nemecky.
Even if it's not in German, I'm sorry.
Aký tam mám výtlak, cítim to
But it's
každým dňom,
amazing.
ľudia mi píšu,
I get messages from them. They send me packages and gifts. They follow me, and it's just such a long distance from Germany, but they came and they rooted for me. So I'm excited for it, and I'm really, really enjoying it. I have to say that in Czechoslovakia, I might not have as much, support. So I'm coming back. I go back all the time, and the people really appreciate it. I think people are a little bit overfed in Czechia and Slovakia. So in Germany, they really appreciate it, and I hope it's going to continue and it will grow.
Frage auf Deutsch an Daniel. Keine Worte beschreiben es besser als bist du.
Question for Daniel.
Bist du
I
letztendlich?
think I can say, are you crazy? It was insane fight. Are you maybe a little disappointed that it ended up in a draw? How did you feel in the cage? Did you maybe think it could have ended up differently? Well, you know, it happens sometimes. I think it was 10 and 9 or 10 and 8. I'm not sure about the points, but after all, it was 28-28. So, and I think this was the way it was supposed to happen. Because we have a rematch for us in the future. I have, you know, so much energy, and I want to go to Germany and fight. As Marek mentioned, Germany is insane. Maybe I could fight Hugovák in Frankfurt. So if OKTAGON wants, I am in. Absolutely, I am in. I want to represent Austria. And I want for OKTAGON to come into Austria in 2027. Oh, that sounds amazing.
Today was, you already told us, all
Question for...
Take us through your emotions after that fight or in the cage, because you were so much happy and celebrating.
After fight?
Yes.
Yeah, I wish to everybody to feel, you know, everybody, normal guy, to once in life to feel that what we feel as a fighter who win and, you know, have hand up. This is amazing feeling, you know. This is, oh my, better than drugs, you know. No sex. Sex is better.
Thank you. Letzte Frage an Patrick Vespasiani. Wir haben heute wieder gesehen, wie schnell es im Heavyweight gehen kann. Hast uns natürlich auch von der deutschen
So
Community
Patrick, there's a lot of quick changes in your fights. Have you noticed your fans in the arena? Do you want to go into another fight to get a better taste in your mouth? Yes, I would say so. I really prepared for a long time. I trained in the USA with the best of the best, and I really focused on ground fighting as well. We really want to show what I can do standing up as a striker. So I really paid attention to it, but I got a lot of hits, and then I kind of went back, and I paid for it. So who knows me knows I do not give up, like ever. Every fight, I as a warrior, as a soldier, is something that I will never give up on purpose. I always fight till the end. So in a week or two, I will definitely go back. Right now, I will just relax in nature, and then I will go back and prepare for another fight. And what about the stand-up fighting? I'm so glad I got to show my skills even like this. I, train for it every day on the mat, and now I got to try out something completely different, new, and I was really glad for it. Do you think it motivated you to, lose the boxing fight? Yes, absolutely. I got to experience the atmosphere, so I kind of got to try it out and feel it out. And I definitely, felt it under my skin, all the comments from the people, and they were just judging me based on one fight. So I told myself, you know what, I'm gonna show you what's in me. One loss doesn't mean anything, so I did win another fight, and that's great motivation. Don't you want to give it another go, just sleep and give it another go?
Najstaršieho účastníka na karte.
I would say I'm the oldest fighter on the card.
V pohode, ja som sa aj dobre vyspal.
So I did have a good sleep, I have to say.
Vyšla lepšie.
It was a good night for me.
Bola to prestrelka, myslím,
You know, it was a shootout, as I've mentioned.
Dostávam také info, že ľudia sa bavili.
And I got some messages that it was fun. It was fun to watch this fight, and that we proved that a Celebrity Series is fun to watch. And I'm so glad fans enjoyed it. They bought me a beer, and we gave it our all. I think that we, you know, really were here for a reason. Another question for Josef Wittner. What do you think about the movement issue during the fight?
Pohybe, no, ja som sa tam utávil, akože
You know, I got really tired and I got really slow.
Všetko neviem teraz rekapitulovať.
I don't know how to describe it right now because I would have to watch it back. But I really got tired and I couldn't move anymore.
Ale ja som vedel, do čoho idem, hej, to teraz nerozprávam.
There's a weight difference, but I knew what I was going into, of course.
A tak to je.
It is what it is.
Tak jo, děkujeme za pozornost.
Thank you for the questions and your attention. This is the end of the first part of our press conference.
Za chvilku se vám
OKTAGON 89. In a few minutes, we will come back to you with the second part of the press conference with the biggest fighters of the main card.
Double champion, Will Fleury. He brings a level of talent and style that rarely meets an equal. Every name he's summoned under the Octagon banner, he conquered with a staggering 16 victories and a pursuit of triple champion glory. He elevates his next battle to a legendary status few can imagine. But this time, it's the Irishman himself who must respond to a challenge.
I'm gonna fucking retire you. You go home and have as many kebabs as you want.
Kasim Aras. German heavyweight destroyer will fire his devastating weapons and relentless drive to etch his name among the legends. And there's even more to come. Berlin's own Nico Samsonidze against Irish showman Dennis Frimpong. A massive clash of styles that's guaranteed to bring the house down. Octagon 90, June 20th at Berlin's Uber Arena. Tickets at octagontickets.de. Champions and their emotional stories. An electric atmosphere. An unforgettable experience. OKTAGON.
Vítajte na v druhej časti tlačovej konferencie po OKTAGONE 89 tu v Bratislave.
OKTAGON 89 in Bratislava. We are celebrating 10 years of OKTAGON and I think it was an amazing celebration, amazing fight. So thank you to everyone involved.
Takisto pre nás veľká novinka, alebo tá skvelá správa je, že toto bol prvý turnaj vysielaný na...
It was the first tournament that was on Sky in Germany. So so many people in Germany got to see us on their TVs. So we are so glad to reach new fans. And we will share the numbers with you when we get them. We also have the anti-doping control. So
ktorý nebol schopný ešte po zápase vlastne sa podrobiť tomu testu, tak stále pod jeho dohľadom a po tejto
we will have a fighter who wasn't able to take the test because he had something in, if somebody had something in the blood, they would have to go to the hospital. We have no big injuries. Andreas Raška should be okay. He is out for 2 months and then he will be okay.
Sport bonus of the night.
Tip sport bonus of the night.
Performance of the night goes to Jack Grant for Scottish Twister. Congratulations. 5,000 euro for you. And who's got the first question?
Marian Čustr, Deník Sport. První otázka na Igora Severina. Skvělý výkon, bohužel.
First question for Igor Severino. Great shot, but then it was unfortunate ending for you. So what do you think about it?
Eu respeito a decisão dos médicos, né? Entrei ali 100% e 100% limpo. Não queria fazer nada que me tirasse da luta ou fazer nada ilegal. Como vocês viram no vídeo, eu não tentei fazer nada proposital. Mas são coisas da luta, é o que acontece. Espero voltar o mais rápido possível.
I respect the decision of the medication. I ended the fight. I was trying to do a clean fight, but unfortunately this happened. But I cannot do nothing about it. But one thing that I promised, and I will be back more strong.
Do you want rematch with Žalgas?
Yeah.
Cítíš...
Give me a date.
Ten tvůj výkon byl poměrně dost dominantní. Cítíš aspoň zadosti učení, že si předl takový
you
výkon...
You gave a strong performance. Do you think that's at least a bit of satisfaction for you?
Can you repeat, please?
Cítíš alespoň zadosti učení, si předl takhle úžasný výkon proti někomu s takovým...
Do you feel at least a little bit of satisfaction giving such a great performance before it all went bad?
Não totalmente, porque eu queria ter saído com mais um cinturão, mas acredito que eu estava muito bem na luta e estava vencendo por muito.
No, because I wanted to get the victory. I'm not satisfied with my performance, but yes, this happened.
Otázka na Jacka Granta.
Question for Jack Grant. Is this a very common thing for you, Scottish Twister?
Yeah, this is a common submission I hit. Scott Askham showed me probably a year or two ago, and I told him it was bullshit, but it works.
A jak se cítíš v nové organizaci a myslíš si...
And how do you feel in this new organization for you? Do you think you will get a chance for title fight soon?
Yeah, I believe so. I would love a title shot, but at the same time, trophies, medals, all this don't mean a lot to me. Just fighting the best guys possible means the world to me, so let's see where it takes me.
Já myslím, že Ronny po zápase zmiňoval odvetu, tak...
Ronny mentioned a rematch. What do you think about it, fighting with Ronny again?
So, for example, if he blew me out the water, would he give me a rematch? If he gets on a win streak, I'll fight him again.
Tak ja myslím si, že to bol trošku lucky punch, vieš, že mňa nikto nestrelil na prvý úder.
You know, it was a lucky punch. Nobody does this to me, you know. This was just a bit of luck for him. So of course I want a rematch. This was his first fight in this organization, so I think I have a bit of a right to try a rematch.
Ale určite ja chcem trošku dlhšiu pauzu.
But of course I want to have some time to, you know, relax and have a break. So maybe December would be great for me. Question for promoters. Verča Smolková said that she wants Dalaslan at the stadium. Do you think this could be a possibility?
Okay. So, no. I don't think that Dalaslan can make 57 so it's easy like this. I just don't believe that she will go to 57 because some issues what she's got in her healthy condition, I would say. So in terms of that, I would say no, but it's up to her. Yeah, obviously she's normally fighting in 61. We got a champion at 61 behind you, so I believe that she will stay there. So it would be a really nice match, but I don't believe it's gonna happen.
Já vím, že catchweighty nejsou moc oblíbený, ale je tady to zrovna ten zápas.
Catchweight is not a favorite, but don't you think this would be a good fight with catchweight?
Because for what? Like one of them will lose in a catchweight. For what? So I don't see it as a good move. Like if they want to really fight together, they need to find a way how to do it in one or the other weight class. To do it in 59, for what is good.
Otázka ještě na vás oba dva promotéry. 10 let o OKTAGON výročí, ještě tady
question for promoters, 10 years of OKTAGON, and we have challenger season. So do you have some nostalgia?
From my point of view, I didn't feel any nostalgia, to be honest, because I'm in the tunnel like for 7 hours or 6.5, so I'm still concentrated on my thing. I don't even recognize my friends many times. So, but yeah, in a commentary, we talk about it a lot. So now I will soak it in. We will take a couple of drinks together, and then the nostalgia maybe will come, or something else.
A ještě otázka samozřejmě na Makhmuradova.
One more question. This is concerning Makhmuradov because he announced a top GMMA fight. It's a bizarre organization owned by a ex-Clash person. So is that a problem?
So he can do whatever he wants. So it's not possible for us to tell him not to do it. It's totally up to him. Like if you ask me if I'm happy, and if I see it as a good move, you know the answer.
Zároveň má nabídky ze zahraničí, PFL, ACA
He also
a
has
další
received offers from
organizace po celém
PFL,
světě.
ACL, and other world-class organizations. So, do you feel like he is frustrated about not getting a fight for a long time, and do you feel like you might lose him?
It's possible. Like I was also frustrated, and we were also frustrated when we were asking him to go to Tips for Game Changer, and he said, I don't want to fight that often. And then he came and said that I want to fight like almost every other month, yeah. So it's always like this. Tips for Game Changer gives you some amazing things, but also then you're stuck with the fights in the division, yeah. And that's exactly what happens with Mach. And it's like I was really trying to do everything to give him a fight. But some fighters were turning out, even if they said yes before. Some fighters was injured. Then happens that final with Engizek Jotko. And now they will fight. So I told him like I got like 2 fights until the end of the year for you. So I believe it's enough because you fought also 2 times in Fame. But Mach is building his house. So obviously he wants to fight as much as he wants and as he can. So it's up to him. Like he's always welcome with this kind of side job, I don't know. We will have to discuss it. I will have to see it. Maybe yes, maybe no. And we've been totally open between us. I told him that I'm definitely not happy that he will do it, especially not in that format like 5 against 1. I think it's stupid. It's unbelievably stupid, and I believe it should be like out of law, I would say, these kind of matches. But what can I do?
Jako Píra obcházel nejen Machamura 2, první, co začal, tak začal u Karlose Vémoly.
But yeah, I would like to move the topic to Carlos Vémola. Do you really feel upset about...
Like, it's kind of funny situation to ask us if we see something like this as a problem for us. It's really funny for us.
Díky.
Like, yeah.
And we're experiencing this all 10 years, like this kind of thing. So we get used to it, and we know to do our job the best possible and bring people the best possible. Events and fights will be always the strategy.
Děkuji.
Já se ptám Igora Severína, bylo tam...
Question for Igor Severino. We saw that you put the pressure on right away. Was this a part of your plan, and did you know that Žalgas has slow starts and gets better as the time goes on?
O meu plano era sempre ir para frente, né? E eu percebi ali no começo do round que ele sentiu bastante os golpes e que ele não estava encontrando nenhum golpe em mim. Era só questão de tempo para mim acabar com a luta. Como eu tinha acabado na minha última luta com body shot, que eu estava usando muito na linha de cintura, e continuei usando, acabou pegando e é isso. I was putting pressure every time on him. I saw it in the first round. He fell. My punches. How I finished my last fight with via body shot. I was trying to do the same, but yeah, I was trying to do the same.
Thank you. Zeptám se Martina Budaje, vím, že...
Question for Martin Budaj. I know that the calf kick was supposed to be a technique that you wanted to use against Stoyev, but then it was the technique that kind of decided that fight. Was that the biggest problem that you ran into during the fight, or was there anything else that surprised you?
Asi áno, asi to bol ten najväčší problém.
Yeah, I feel like that was the biggest problem during that fight because I really had a slow start. I didn't hit him, and then, of course, I felt it once I got hit, and he knew, so he worked me, and I couldn't put him under the pressure that I wanted to put him under. Yeah, that was really good as far as tactics on his side. Did you want to really get him into a clinch more? Did you want to go for the takedowns more? Did you have opportunity to even do that? Well, yeah, there really was an opportunity because he kept moving and I wasn't able to really push him up against the fence. But he wanted to keep it a striking match. And yeah, I didn't put the pressure on as much as I should have. My leg really was kicked in, so he really put on a good performance. And that's probably all I can say. Ronnie, question for you. Have you seen this technique before today, and has anybody tried it? Well, yeah, of course I know this move. He really punched me drunk a little bit. And yeah, I don't really remember that much. I just remember him putting me into that twister. But yeah, of course I know that move. Can you describe to the people how you feel once you're put into a twister, because your spine is twisted when you're in it, and that neck is really under huge pressure, even though it doesn't look that way, and it truly is painful. So if you didn't tap, yeah, of course I'll tell you. Just imagine having an actual twister, and just imagine that that's your back and your bones are cracking one by one. And of course he had me pulled in tight, so I had to tap it out. Is that enough, or do you want to know more? Yeah, this is enough.
V čem je konkrétně ten Scottish jiný než...
What is specific about that Scottish twister? I'm not sure, but my neck really experienced something.
A normal twister and Scottish twister, because I didn't know. I don't know. What's the difference between normal twister and Scottish twister?
So with the Scottish Twister, I feel like it's just much more like higher percentage. Like you're controlling them from the waist rather than the leg. It's a much harder move to slip, and also to bail out on if you can't get your arm around to crank the back. You can just mount them with it and pound their head in. So it's a fantastic move.
It is. It cost €5,000.
Ještě v rychlosti, u tady toho vlastně má člověk body triangle a chytne tam ten háček.
You had that leg body triangle and then you hooked behind the thigh, and then the normal one is only one leg is locked down and the other one is just laying there, so that's the difference. But yeah, now do you really want that rematch with Fleury? You know that Fleury has some fights planned.
Ja, warum nicht? Das ist auf jeden Fall eine Option, gegen Fleury nochmal zu kämpfen, aber der ist so
Well, yeah, I want a rematch with Fleury, or a match with Fleury, but he has to win his fight first against Kasimaras. He has to beat him first. And if he wins that fight, then we can talk. We can talk about a rematch.
Ještě se zeptám Roba Pukače, druhý utkání v rámci střední váhy.
This was your second middleweight fight. The first one was a really big challenge with Patrik Kincel, and he really gave you a plastic surgery in your fight. So did you feel good in the 84 division? Well, I felt good in my first fight as well. So yeah, I also felt good this time.
Působilo to, že v tomhle utkání vyšlo.
It kind of looked like in this fight everything went your way as far as what you had planned. But you probably expected for Manning to get slower with the second and third round, but he could defend himself well. Yeah, I was surprised by that. I thought that he would be done sooner. That's what we thought based on watching him, and I really felt him breathing hard, and I kept thinking he would be put to sleep soon, but no, he kept defending himself very good, and he came into the third round with such vigor. I thought he would be easier to deal with. I thought he would be easier to deal with on the ground. But yeah, here's my Phelps glasses.
Keď chceš plávať v hlbokých vodách MMA.
If you want to swim in the deep waters of MMA, you need some swimming goggles, otherwise you're gonna drown.
Já moc děkuji za odpověď.
Rádo se stalo.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay with you, Robo. With all the build-up of this fight, I don't know if he's listening. Just with all the build-up of this fight with Brian coming over to Bratislava and talking a lot, doing a lot of videos and all that stuff, how satisfying was it to dominantly win?
Vieš čo, ja mám taký charakter, že 10 sekúnd odklepalo do konca. A bol som taký, že počuším sa teraz, jak to odklepalo.
And I was like, fucking hell, I'll start screaming at you right after you tap. And yeah, somebody told me that was gonna be a great feeling. I felt like it was gonna be a great feeling, but he was laying there looking at me. And the fight was over, and I was looking at him, and we shook hands, and he got up, and I knew that everything was good between us. It was a magical moment between the two fighters, because once that fight is over, I can't even imagine what would have had to have happened before the fight, that we would have been shouting bad words at each other. But yeah, I felt like I was going to really give it to him, lay into him for all those words, but no, he's a good guy, and we had a talk after the fight, so all good.
Can you share maybe what was said between both of you, or is that private for you guys?
Dávali sme si iba akože rešpekt, povedal mi
we just gave each other respect.
V takom zmysle, že hej, že dobrá hra, že
he was like, yeah, good game, good performance, and I told him, yeah, respect to you, you're such a good striker. That's why I went about training the way I did. So yeah, I was like, thank you. So yeah, just guy talk.
Question for Veronica, just with everything that Andre said there before about, you know, not sure if Alina can make the weight and no interest in catch weight, are you still going to keep an eye on Alina, especially her Berlin fight, and just that's always a fight you're going to have an eye on?
Tak napríklad ja viem, že nemám problém ísť aj 61.
Well, I know that I can go into the bantamweight, and that's a question for my coaches more than me, but I want both of those titles. I want the 57 and the 61 title. So I feel like going up a division could be good for me. I wouldn't have to cut so much weight, so no trouble there.
Well, you know, that kind of solves the problem.
Don't ask me about it, yeah.
No, fair enough.
So yeah, we can do it at 61, but there's the champion, so
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now we will have a fight for 61 belt, so there could be other champion.
Yeah.
I'm happy to have many options, and these 4 girls, like all of them are unbelievable, so we can get it wrong, so it's perfect. And Alina's got also a tough fight right now in 2 weeks, so everything is in front of us, and it's just bright future. I'm happy.
Question for Igor: If the plan isn't to do the rematch, there's a German fighter, Max Holzer, who recently won and wants to enter the division. And he said he wants to have the winner of this. Obviously, there's no winner of this. Is that a fight you would like, you and Max Holzer potentially? Yeah.
Eu posso. Eu não sei se ele consegue bater os 61 quilos, mas qualquer luta que ofereceram, eu aceitei todas, então eu aceitaria lutar com ele sim, mas eu tenho uma coisa para resolver com os algas, eu quero fazer isso primeiro.
If he can make 61 kilograms, I can do it. I accept any fight that OKTAGON offered to me. I didn't choose no fight. But first of all, I have some business with Zalga Zumagulov. I want to fight him again, and I want to resolve everything.
Tobias for Beta Media. Pergunta para Igor também. ¿Cómo te sientes después de ese momento cuando tienes en tu cabeza, en el uno lado es mi culpa que la lucha no pudo continuar, pero eres triste porque tu preparação estava tão intensiva, não?
Entendi. Eu acredito que não. Eu acredito que tudo que estava no meu alcance de fazer eu fiz, e eu lutei com meu coração 100% limpo, porque eu queria sair com a vitória. Sempre nas minhas orações eu coloco isso, que eu peço para Deus para deixar eu entrar lá e lutar bem e dar meu 100% dentro das regras. Então, essa é a minha cabeça. Mas foi o que aconteceu e são coisas que acontecem na luta. Eu não consegui controlar isso, mas eu respeito e eu ainda sou jovem, tenho muito tempo para escrever minha história.
Obrigado. Frage an Lazar. Ich weiß, du magst es nicht, darüber zu sprechen, wer der nächste Gegner wird
Question
oder dies
for
oder
Lazar.
das.
I know you don't like to talk about your next opponent, but when we talked together, you mentioned you would like to finish the fight sooner than it happened. Why? Yeah, of course I wanted to finish earlier. That's true. All fighters want that. But on the other hand, I made some mistakes, and also Martin is a very experienced fighter. He's an amazing fighter. So I believe we had a really good show for the fans, and that's important.
It was a big show. It felt like, I don't know, in a music video or something like this. It was incredible, and the crowd as well. Everybody was cheering for you in the arena. How do you feel as a fighter in those moments? Do you even notice this because you're locked in the fight? Or how is it for you?
Nie, tak ja hneď, ak som nastupovala, tak som cítila tú neskutočnú podporu.
Yeah, when I walked out, I felt immense support from the fans. It was insane, and I really am so happy that I got to experience that. Yeah, that's it.
Damian, máme otázka na Jacka. Dúfam, že ešte nespí.
Question for Jack. Hopefully you're not asleep yet. Did you expect to finish so soon? Because it was such a quick, you jumped out and it was over, basically.
Yeah, I feel like, if you look at all my past fights, like I am really good at catching people out. I know the word luck got used earlier, but man, I aimed and I fired and it hit that's not luck. You know, I train every day. I know everyone was just thinking, oh, he's just a grappler, but bro, I've knocked people out, I've submitted them, and I chain everything together. I'm an MMA fighter.
Thank you. Otázka na Ondra. Vlastne ty skladaš tie zápasy, zrejme si skladal aj Roba s Brianom, tak čakal si, že takouto taktikou ho Robo úplne prejde, že ho vlastne nepustí.
Did you think this would happen, that he would not get Robo into the match at all? No, I didn't think this would happen on the ground, but it was a great strategy. He was a bully, so I have to give him a hats off. It definitely was a great fight.
Ale ktoré sú možno také tvoje najvýraznejšie?
And last question for you. 10 years of Octagon, what are your most memorable moments? What do you remember the most?
Je to v tejto hodine asi ťažké.
It's probably hard to remember everything at this time of the day.
První výzva.
I remember the first challenge. Buchinger, Sabová,
Carlos Kolanger.
Carlos Kolanger.
Which is my another moment. Yeah, our first billboard behind Bratislava. That's a huge moment. That was a lot of fun because it was our first billboard in the village behind the Bratislava. Palot took me there at 2 o'clock in the morning because it was just like they did it after midnight, and I said like, "Fuck, it's ugly." And he was like, "So you come." Ty disuješ našu propagáciu. A to je náš prvý billboard.
This was our first billboard and I was making fun of it, so he was not happy with me.
Jiří Bárta bez masky, já bych se zeptal Verča, ty jsme po zápase
Question
řekla,
for Verča. You told me you want to have some ice cream. Did you get some?
Ale nepamätám si kto, ale viem, že mi donesli 2 twisty.
Yes, somebody got me ice cream, it was great. Was it Jack? No, I think it was, I'm not sure.
Poliak zápasník.
The Polish fighter.
Áno, on mi doniesol.
Yeah, he got me some ice cream.
Robo, Cage Game, ty jsi jako
Robo, Cage Game, you are a coach.
S přípravou tvých svěřenců.
How did you combine preparing yourself and also your team? Yeah, we were training together. We told them you can prepare with us. They have their lives. I didn't know they were actually fighting in between the training. So Kuzma also was fighting, Ferneza was fighting, so we combined it.
Takže akože dalo sa to skôr tie povinnosti okolo toho,
we could do that together. But of course, I also had other things to do, podcast and filming. So of course, I can do it all. I'm a company man. I can do it all for you. And now I am much more into adulthood. Time has taught me to do it all.
A počkaj, a málo som si vypýtal, aj tak som to urobil.
So I just did it anyway. It wasn't my idea, but I did it anyway.
Vypýtal som si aj tak málo.
Yeah, and I still could have done more, you know. Everybody knows you're just trying it out. No, as I said, I'm not trying it out, I'm just doing it. And what about Andrej? If your team lost against Czechia, what about Andrej? Would you fight him in 77? No, never. No, not in 77. I won't do that. Maybe 84. How about that? Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't know if it's agreed upon. It doesn't work like that, guys. But of course, the door is always open, so we'll see.
Okay, děkuju.
Thank you.
Okay, that's it. No? Yeah? So last 3, yeah?
Buddy, otázka na teba, športiska. Chcem sa vás spýtať, že ty si spomínal, že prídeš ako...
You've mentioned that when you come in, you will be 2-0. Will you go back to the 1?
To si mi naschladal takúto otázku, že?
So this was on purpose, this question, wasn't it?
Bude Budaj 3-0.
We will have Budaj 3.0. And what about your next steps?
Čo ďalej, ja si myslím, že ten zápas nebol úplne najhorší.
I think the fight wasn't the worst. You know, it wasn't the fight against Will Fleury. Of course, I made some strategic decisions that weren't the best, some mistakes. I can't really say much about that. It just happened. Maybe I should have gone into it with more energy. But it just, the calf kicks, I really didn't know how to respond, how to do anything about it. So I will just continue working and training and fight camp. So the strategy wasn't the best. Some things didn't work out the way I thought they would. But of course, I will go on a winning streak soon enough. And you really have to believe that I will. If it won't stop me, I will continue my work. And winning streak will be here soon enough.
That's it. Thank you, guys. See you in Berlin in 2 weeks.
Double champion, Will Fleury. He brings a level of talent and style that rarely meets an equal. Every name he summoned under the Octagon banner, he conquered with a staggering 16 victories and a pursuit of triple champion glory. He elevates his next battle to a legendary status few can imagine. But this time, it's the Irishman himself who must respond to a challenge.
I'm gonna fucking retire you. You go home and have as many kebabs as you want.
Maras. German heavyweight destroyer will fire his devastating weapons and relentless drive to etch his name among the legends. And there's even more to come. Berlin's own Nico Samsonidze against Irish showman Dennis Frimpo. A massive clash of styles that's guaranteed to bring the house down. Octagon 90, June 20th at Berlin's Uber Arena. Tickets at octagontickets.de.
Nakonec jsi to rozmyslel, ne? Já jsem se rozmyslel, co to bude? Jo? Tak já jsem tady asi... Super. Mě dímám, první kálený, když asi odskočil. No, těž jsem. Se otočil na něj.